Good day and welcome everyone to Trending Update USA. I'm Stefan, bringing you today's biggest tennis headline that has sparked intense reactions across the sports world. Coco Gauff has made history with her remarkable performance at the Wuhan Open, but the celebration didn't come without controversy. Shortly after sealing another historic win on Chinese soil, Coco turned heads not only for her sensational play but also for calling out a major broadcast error made by ESPN. This moment has quickly become one of the most talked about stories in the tennis community, fueling both admiration for Coco's boldness and criticism of how such a slip-up could happen on a global stage. In what has been described as one of the most dominant performances of her career, Coco stepped onto the court with her usual poise, confidence, and laser focus. Every shot seemed to carry the weight of her growing legacy. Her serves were precise, her returns sharp, and her energy electric. Fans packed the stands in Wuhan to witness what many are calling a statement match from the young American star. The victory itself was impressive, but what happened moments after the match made even bigger waves. ESPN, in their coverage, made an error on the match statistics that misstated key numbers, prompting Coco to respond directly and publicly. She took to social media, and within minutes, her post was trending worldwide. Coco's message wasn't just about correcting a mistake. It was about standing up for accuracy and respect for athletes' achievements. She emphasized that every point, every serve, and every statistic matters, not just to the players but also to the fans who follow the game closely. Her statement resonated strongly, especially among her supporters who praised her for holding major media accountable. It's not every day that a young tennis star takes on one of the biggest sports networks in the world and commands the conversation, but Coco has never been one to stay silent when something matters to her. The reaction from the tennis world was immediate. Fellow players, analysts, and fans shared their support for Coco's bold stand. Many pointed out that major broadcasters have a responsibility to maintain accuracy, especially during historic moments like this. The ESPN slip-up wasn't just a small mistake, it occurred during a milestone match, a moment when all eyes were on Coco. To get the numbers wrong during such a defining event struck a nerve with many who understand the weight of these achievements. Coco's performance was flawless, and for her, it was essential that the world saw it for what it truly was. At just 21, Coco has shown remarkable maturity both on and off the court. This wasn't the first time she's spoken up about issues surrounding fairness, representation, and respect in sports. Her willingness to confront mistakes in real time demonstrates her leadership and understanding of the platform she holds. Young fans around the world look up to her not only for her incredible tennis skills but also for her voice, a voice that has proven powerful time and again. The error itself involved a misrepresentation of key match stats. According to reports, ESPN initially published that Coco's first serve percentage was significantly lower than it actually was, and they also mixed up the number of winners and unforced errors. For a casual viewer, this might seem like a minor slip, but for a professional athlete and the tennis community, it was a significant misstep. These numbers shape narratives, influence public perception, and can impact the historical record of a match. Coco knew that and wasn't about to let it slide. Her victory at the Wuhan Open had already secured her a spot in the headlines, but the way she handled the aftermath turned this story into something much larger. It became a conversation not just about tennis but about accountability in media. Broadcasters have long been under scrutiny for how they shape narratives around athletes, especially women in sports. Coco's stand was a reminder that accuracy isn't optional, it's a duty. On the court, Coco's performance was nothing short of breathtaking. Her movement was smooth and explosive, her forehand a weapon that left her opponent scrambling, and her serve a consistent force that gave her the upper hand from the first game. She maintained composure even during tense rallies, showing why she's considered one of the top rising stars of her generation. Her opponent fought hard, but Coco's intensity never wavered. Every game seemed to amplify the crowd's excitement, and by the end of the match, the arena erupted in celebration of a truly dominant display of tennis. Off the court, Coco's post-match interview revealed how focused and grounded she remains despite the rising fame. She thanked the fans in Wuhan for their energy, acknowledged the support from her team, and hinted at her drive to keep building on this momentum. But what stood out most was her direct message about the ESPN mistake. She was calm but firm, stating that athletes deserve respect through accurate reporting. It wasn't a heated rant, it was a statement of principle, and that made it even more powerful. ESPN has since responded to the incident, acknowledging the error and issuing a correction on their platforms. However, by then, the story had already gained massive traction. Fans and analysts discussed how such errors could affect the credibility of broadcasts, especially during globally significant tournaments. While some praised ESPN for owning up to the mistake, many agreed that it should never have happened in the first place. The moment underscored how much weight these broadcasts carry, especially when athletes' legacies are being documented live. This controversy comes at a pivotal time in Coco's career. She's been on a remarkable run across the Asian swing, building momentum with each match. Her performance in Wuhan has further cemented her status as one of the leading figures in women's tennis today. Analysts have noted her evolving game, particularly her improved serve and mental toughness. She's not just playing to win matches anymore, she's playing to dominate tournaments. Her growing maturity has also been evident in how she manages pressure. At an age when many athletes are still finding their footing, Coco exudes confidence and composure. Her interactions with fans, the media, and even critics show a level of poise that sets her apart. She understands that every match is part of a larger journey, and that every public statement contributes to the legacy she's building. This ESPN incident is just the latest chapter in a story that's as much about her leadership as it is about her athletic excellence. The Wuhan Open itself has been a thrilling tournament, with some of the best talents in the world competing for glory. Coco's performance stood out not only because of her skill but also because of the energy she brought to the court. Fans in China have embraced her, and the buzz around her matches has grown with each round. It's clear that Coco isn't just playing tennis, she's captivating audiences around the world. Her call-out of ESPN also sparked broader discussions about how female athletes are covered in sports media. Several analysts highlighted that women's sports often face challenges with inaccurate or incomplete reporting compared to men's events. Coco's decision to address this publicly was seen as a move that could encourage more accountability and transparency in sports journalism. She's not just a player, she's becoming a voice for change. As the tournament progresses, all eyes will be on Coco to see how she builds on this historic moment. Her next matches will likely draw even bigger audiences, both in the arena and on global broadcasts. Fans are eager to see if she can carry this momentum all the way to the title. If her current form is any indication, she's more than capable of doing just that. Her serve is firing, her movement is sharp, and her confidence seems unshakable. But beyond the scorelines, what makes Coco's journey so compelling is the way she balances excellence with advocacy. She isn't afraid to use her platform to speak on issues that matter, and that makes her stand out in a crowded field of talent. Her generation of athletes is redefining what it means to be a sports star, not just through performance but through presence and purpose. Coco embodies that shift in every way. The ESPN incident may fade over time, but its impact will likely linger in how media approaches coverage moving forward. It's a wake-up call for broadcasters to double down on accuracy and respect for the athletes they cover. For Coco, it's another reminder of the influence she holds, and she's using it wisely. In the meantime, fans are flooding social media with messages of support, celebration, and excitement for what's to come. Hashtags related to her Wuhan performance and her statement have trended globally. Highlight reels of her match are being shared widely, showcasing not only her athletic brilliance but also the power of a young athlete unafraid to speak her truth. As we look ahead, the story of Coco Gauff at the Wuhan Open isn't just about a win, it's about a moment that transcends the game. It's about a young woman demanding accuracy and respect in how her achievements are portrayed. It's about a reminder that athletes are not passive figures in their own narratives. They have the power to shape them. And Coco is doing just that, with every serve, every win, and every word. Coco's path from here is filled with promise. Her trajectory suggests more major titles, more historic moments, and more opportunities to inspire millions around the world. If this week in Wuhan is any indication, she's not just ready for the spotlight, she owns it. And whether on the court or off it, Coco Gauff continues to prove why she's one of the defining figures of her generation in tennis. For now, the world watches as the Wuhan Open unfolds, and Coco stands tall at its center. She's not just chasing titles, she's shaping narratives. And in doing so, she's reminding us all that greatness isn't just measured by trophies, it's also measured by the courage to stand for what's right. This is Stefan from Trending Update USA. Thank you for joining us for this in-depth coverage of Coco Gauff's historic moment at the Wuhan Open and the ESPN era that set the sports world abuzz. Stay tuned for more updates as the tournament progresses and as Coco continues her journey toward greatness.